Oh, look at that glistening in the sunshine. That is a thing of beauty, that is. Right, there's the updates. We've got an update to the Geo 860 multi-planter by Tethy Saturn. Then the changelog for that, it's got poplar added as seeds and added the direct sowing functionality. Got an update for the Fleagle low loader pack by HR Forst and Fargs and Bell. And then the changelog for that, it's got lights fixed and expanded and attached sounds added. Got an update to the Cockling pack by Pom Fritz. And in the changelog for that, it's got added Rebel Classic 600T. The Seed Hawk pack by BC Bueller and Forward Agriculture has had an update, and the changelog for that's got increased attacher rotation limit, fixed speed rotating parts that were broken in the recent game update. We've got an update for the Lintner Lintrack 130 by Agrar Design Austria, and the changelog for that's got fixed decal bug on the power shuttle, added universal joints on the axles, added Howard top block consoles, added axle guided front hydraulics, added simple IC, added sounds for doors and windows, added tyre configurations and added small visual improvements and details. An update to the Massey Ferguson 5700S 2020 by KRKZ Modding, and in the changelog for that, it's got the gearbox has been adjusted, added dashboard greeting, original rims fitted, new details have been added, minor bugs fixed, small changes have been made, and there's also a bit of pre-info on the next update. It says the MF 6700S or 7700S will be added to the package. We've got an update for the Massey Ferguson 76, 77 and 87 series by KRKZ Modding. In the changelog for that, it's got the gearbox has been adjusted for the MF 7600 and 77, although to be fair, all these updates are for the 7600 and the 7700. So we've got the minor bugs fixed, the rims have been changed, small changes have been made and store icons changed. Got an update for the AW362 rigged by Adams Kong, and in the changelog for that, it's got fixed issue with exhaust. Our last update is Stone Valley 22 by Lancy Boy. Now, there is quite a few changelogs on this, so the first thing you're going to need to know is a new save is going to be needed, unfortunately. Obviously, there's a lot of changes, so, it's going to be worth it. So, we've got soybean straw added, AI works on some sell point areas, Field 2 owned only now, remove fence piece at cow farm, relocated collectible at pig farm, farm manager and start from scratch has now been fixed, collectible removed from field 6, new features added when it snows, alfalfa and clover fixed for console, store spawn is now fixed, sheep and pigs have been fixed, new features added, river freezes when it snows, lights now at main fuel station, and Stone Valley farm sign can now be brought and sold. And also the chickens have been removed. So there's quite a few updates for that map. So I think it's going to be worth it. Now on to the first mod. So we've got the Open Cattle Pasture by Mod Hub Brazil, 0.62 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and under animals and cows, as you can well imagine. 50 grand to buy. This is going to hold 200 cows. Now it is rather large. So obviously I had a whole wheat of field here, so I placed it down so you can just see how big it is. So try place it down on the start farm and it's always coming up with that object in the way. So this is just how big of space you're going to need to be putting it down in. So we've got the milk taken out point there, you've got your feed going in there, you've got your water going in there because it's classed as a pasture, and then you've got your animal dialogue box there. I've got 60 in at the minute, it's going to hold 200. Obviously it's an open pasture, they're not going to run onto the road by any stretch of the imagination, but I like that, very nice. And next up is Wood Barn by Macca, 4.82 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and under buildings and sheds. So we'll scroll all the way along to the end because that's where it's hiding. So it's going to cost you $2.5 grand to buy. Obviously it's somewhere to store your equipment. You could put some bales under here if you really wanted to. Oh, I like the framework at the top, that's nice. I like the detail on the woodwork. Yeah. I mean, it's a shed at the end of the day, so there's not much more else to say about it, but I do like, even the guttering on the roof. Knots in the wood. Yeah, you need somewhere to store your equipment, or some, pallets or bales if you really wanted to. Ah, very nice. Right, next up is Farm Dairy. This is by Disturbed Simulations, 0.28 megabyte on the download. You can find these two in the construction menu, and as you can well imagine, they're going to be under productions. So we go under there, and factories. So we'll scroll along. Oh, I've gone the wrong way. Dear, oh dear. Right, there we are. So we've got the first one. there's going to be this one here, 10,000 to place it down, and you then got another version, a cheaty version. Now the difference between the two is basically how fast it processes the whole stuff. So if we go into this one, because there is actually a new output. So you've got butter, cheese, chocolate, and then raw milk. Now you see on the outgoing products there is no raw milk because the raw milk gets sold automatically. But, and that is a big but, it says with a 50% markup of the milk itself. So if we go back up to the actual shop menu, the milk there, normally, say about 2,300. So if that's going to go up by 50%, that's going to be like 3.5 grand per 1,000 litres. That's all right. So obviously your production chain menu's there on the side. You then got your pallet spawn point there for the butter, cheese and chocolate. And then your loading in point down the side there. And the same on the cheaty one. That's all right though. I mean, you make some raw milk out of that and you're getting, what, 3.5 grand? Don't take on much space either. Ah, I like them. Very nice. Right, next up is Crop Storage Pack by DMI 20mm Normandy, 7.6 megabyte on the download. You're going to find these two in the construction menu, and as you can imagine, they're going to be under shed. So we'll scroll along again. So we've got two versions. We've got the 2-door version there, 45 grand, or we then got the single door version of 35 grand. Fair enough. So you come over here, open up the door, and you can open up that one as well. And you go in, obviously you've got the concrete walls. Put your crop in here if you really wanted to, or just use it as a farm machinery storage area. Now there is some lights, or what looks like lights on the roof, but I can't find a light switch for them. Alright, we'll carry on. So we'll come out of that and we'll go into the other ones. This has got a, well, one big opening. You've got to open each door individually. Same again. Big open area. The birds on the roof. Just blown off. Oh dear, oh dear. If you need somewhere to store your crop, if you're putting it on the ground, like root crop storage or whatever, or just using it as a machine store. They're both alright, they are. Right, next up is the Horse Tiger 10LT. This is by Baki, 5.72 megabyte on the download. You're going to find this under cultivators. So this has got a horsepower requirement of 400 horsepower. That's a tasty tractor. I must admit, 10.2 meter working width, 9 mile an hour working speed is going to cost you 75 grand. No options. I mean, it looks alright though. Like the hydraulics and the springs and nicely detailed. I mean, 400 horsepower though, that is a lot. But then again, if you've already got that size of tractor anyway, your quid's in. Yeah, I like that. Very nice. Right, next up is the Skid Steer Shovel Pack. This is by FS Miner, 2.34 megabyte on the download. You're going to find this on the Skid Steer Loader Tools. So we've got the HD shovel and then the SB180. The HD, that's going to pretty much do everything that you can have in the game, more or less. And then the SB180, that's going to do like your root crops. You've got your sugar beet, potatoes, stones, straw. I don't even know what that grass one is. All right, fair enough. Chaff, silage, and wood chip. So if we go into the HD shovel, so it's got a 1,400 litre capacity for 1,400 pound, euros, or dollars. You can change the main colour to anything you want. And then we go into the SB180, 550 litre capacity. It's only going to cost you 1,200. Again, change the main colour to whatever one you want. Obviously, why not? If you need a shovel for your skid steer loader, these two are alright. Right, next up we got the Kubota versus Pack Fertilizers. This is by Rowley Christie 1 and VSR Modding Sir, 10.21 megabyte on the download. You're going to find these three under fertilizer spreaders. Very nice. So we've got the VS1350, the VS800, and then the VS220. So these are going to do solid fertilizer and lime on all three options. So if we go into this one, the VS1350, as the name suggests, 1,350 litre capacity, 42 metre working width, 18 grand 350. Then you've got the option there, so you've got the extension to 1650, and then back to 1350. Then you've got decal, old, new. It's up the back there, old, new, or none. Then you've got tractor size, you've got tractor M, Tractor XL, I was changing the mounting points. Oh, that's all right. So obviously it puts it a little bit wider out depending on what tractor you got. Then main colour can have orange, old orange, blue, grey, beige. How's that beige enamel? All right. And then black. That's not beige, that's like turquoise. All right, carry on. Then we've got the VS 800. So obviously, as the name suggests, 800 litre capacity, 24 metre working width, 12 mile an hour working speed. It's only going to cost you 12,350 to buy. And you've got the options again: old on the decal, new, none, or old. And there's no extension on this one, so just go straight down to the colours, same as the previous one. Then we'll go into the VS 220. Again, as the name suggests, 220 litre capacity. This has only got a 9 metre working width, 12 mile an hour working speed, 6,350. You can then have the extension VS 220, 330, 440, and then back to 220. Obviously, that gives you the literage. You've got decal, old, new, none, or old. Then we can change the colour to match the rest. That's all right, that is. You want to do a little bit of fertilising or a bit of limeage. Yeah, very nice. Next up is the Lizard RTM5. This is by Holtz FS, 8.71 megabyte on the download. Now, the website, it says you can find it under Spaders, but I've gone through every menu and I couldn't find it. So I had to come down here to the DLCs and mod section to get into the shop menu part of it. But all right, you just have to go down there anyway. So this requires 100 horsepower from your tractor, 5 metre working width, 6 mile an hour working speed, £4.5 grand to buy. The options you got there are designs. So we've got standard, design 1, 2, or back to standard. Change the main colour, red, yellow, blue, black, or green. I mean, if it is a Spader, then surely it should be under the Spader section. I don't know. Maybe it's just my Xbox playing up, but there you go. So our last mod for the day is the TLX X52 enclosed trailer. This is by 82 Studio, 33.19 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it under trailers. So it starts off as standard. That's going to cost you 82 grand. Very nice. Then you've got the option there to change that to pallet auto load. Adds an extra 5 grand. So that's got a 72,000 litre capacity. And then the next one's ace. Because that goes to Unreal, puts it up to 250,000 litres. On a pallet auto load. That's ace. Then we'll come over to the reefer unit. So that's got the refrigeration part on the front. And then we go reefer unit auto load, 72,000 litre capacity on that. And then we've got the reefer unit auto load Unreal, 250,000. Now we'll come to the different versions in a minute. And then we'll come back to standard. So we'll go down to wheel brands, usual shenanigans on the go there. You come down to details, so you got none, design 1, puts the Kubota logo on the side, 2, normal logo, 3, Lizard Lawn Care, 4, Lizard Logistics, 5, Lizard Storage, 6, Lizard Goods. It's a goods wagon really, so you have to go with the Lizard Goods, but I like this, it's shiny. It's like a chrome effect on it, that's ace. Then back to none. And you've got back options. So this is only on the standard version. You've got design 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 again. Mod guards, no. Rear, both, or no. And attaches, you've got standard, trailer hitch. Oh, you could make a train. Oh, that's ace. And we'll come down to main colour. Oh, yes. Oh, obviously, that's where we're going. So design color does the actual frame, rim color. Yes. Now, if we go back up, where was it? Details. Lizard goods in a copper vat. Ah, that is ace. Right, we're going with that. So we've got a few setups. Obviously, there's a couple of different versions. So this one here is the standard auto load. Obviously, the standard one in itself, it's just a dry van. So you just load your stuff in with a forklift truck or whatever. So this is the auto load one. So I've already got some planks in because the auto load takes everything. So if we do And we'll reverse back to those planks there. If we do LB, we'll zoom out a little so you can see. Oh no, I'm going the wrong way. There you are. LB and A opens up the back doors because the auto load doesn't work unless the back doors are open. So when they're closed, you know, you park it wherever you want. So you just reverse back. And why is it not auto loading? Oh, there you are. No, we've got a bit then. That's better. So there you are, auto loading in. Very nice. So we'll close those off. Because specifically with the pallets one, we'll reverse back so we don't stop any traffic. Obviously, these pallets that I've bought here are the liftable pallet versions. So if we do RB and Y on load, puts a different set of pallets out. The normal other pallets of food and whatever, they're fine. But these ones, they're now too heavy because these hold 2,500 litres. So we put the normal pallets in with that one, and it gives you these back out. All the other pallets seem to work the same. Well, they seem to give the normal version out. So if you used to put some bread that we got over there in and then unload it, the normal bread pallets will come out. The pallets of planks come out on those. Alright, fair enough. Now we'll come on to the reefer unit. So this is the one with the refrigeration on the front. So if we start that off, and we'll pull forward a little, because the reefer unit is specifically just for food products. So we've got another pallet of planks there. So we'll do the same. We'll LB and A open up the back doors like that, and we'll reverse back. All my reversing skills. Shocking again. The reversing back, we're not getting anything. We're not auto loading anything in that at all. Better lined up on it. Now I've gone right over the top. So you can't take anything that's not edible. Although some people would say wood is edible, especially if you're a beaver. But we're not beavers. So I'll reverse into the bread. Or reverse into the bread. Reverse back to the bread. And there we are. Loading the bread in. Job done. So we've got 2,000 litres of bread in there. So if we do RB and Y again. Dear oh dear, it's loaded straight back in. Right, so close that off. That's better. So it's going to stop auto loading with the closed doors. LB and Y. RB and Y, sorry. There you are. Pallet straight out. The same as it went in. Obviously, we can pick these up because this is a liftable pallets one. Now. Oh, look at that glistening in the sunshine. That is a thing of beauty, that is. Oh, love it. So what I've got on this one is the standard auto load pallet, so the one that takes everything. I just wanted to see if it will do some seeds. So we've got that all started up. We're going to open the back doors the same as before, and we'll reverse. Well, a bit better actually, because that didn't seem to work. Now I tried this earlier on with some lime, which is currently over there on that forklift truck, and it worked fine. But what I did have to do with the lime one is I had to lift it off because it wouldn't pick it straight out that bag. Oh, there you are, it's going straight in. So for the big bags, or the big bag pallets, or whatever they're called, you have to lift them up and they'll load in. For the normal pallets, they will just work on the auto load straight out the back door, which is what I found with that lime bag. So this is going to take pretty much everything, and then once they're in, you get that sort of cover over it. Combined goods transport. Oh, I like that. I mean, it's like even if you went for the standard one there, I've just seen that, you get the option to strap it down. Obviously auto load you don't need to strap it down, mind you, but that is ace. Oh, I like that. I mean, especially with, I've got the chrome on my truck, I've got the chrome on my trailer. I like that. I mean, I like it as well with the reefer unit. That only takes food because obviously it's got the refrigeration part in the front, and then you got the normal, either have the standard or the auto load, just takes everything else. That is something of beauty. Oh, love it. Right, we've also got a new map out. This is Welker Farms map. Oh, now this is out on 19 and I enjoyed that. If you like big fields, this could be one for you. So we'll take a look at that in a separate video, but that's by Mapper's Paradise, 332.59 megabyte on the download. Download that if you want to. And just to finish off before we go, we've got the current testing list. So we've got 5 things on there for console, which looks very nice indeed. So that's your mods done for the day. Drop it in the comments below which one's your favourite. We'll see what people are looking at. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, it's muchly appreciated. But for me, that's it for today, and I'll see you in the next one.